I'm Haley.
I'm John.
And I'm Will.
And we're from Crimson Comet, a podcast member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the one you're listening to now. The opinions expressed are those of the individual host.
Check out other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. And get ready, because geekiness begins in
3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy, brought to you by the Gonna Geek Network. Bringing you the latest nerdy news and geekdom, here are the hosts of the show. Anthony.
No pants, all bacon and dick butts.
Naki.
Don't be jealous that my robot penis is bigger than your robot penis.
Chris.
So when Chris doesn't know how to transition to a new topic because he's flustered, he just hits the button on the soundboard.
And sometimes some special guests.
This makes Burt Reynolds blush.
As Magneto once said, ha ha ha, welcome to die!
If you're a kid and listening, you rock and your parents are awful.
A brand new ATGN starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 193 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast, recorded live on Sunday, January 10th, 2016. I don't have anything witty to say to open the show, so I'll just say I'm Chris, and with me this week, I'm joined by the usual crowd.
Chris, we're almost at 200 episodes.
And I ran out of witty things to say about 160 episodes ago.
That's true.
I just think it's crazy that we're almost at 200 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, our two other hosts here haven't been with us the whole ride, and that's okay. Anthony pretty much has been.
I'm closing in on 100.
Yeah, but 200 episodes. I think it's time for me to retire.
That's what I was going to say, but only about myself.
Get all that retirement money.
Nope, I get it first.
All that retirement podcast money come rolling in.
Oh, yeah.
But Naki, you're our token lady for the show. You can't leave.
No.
Yeah.
You're the only chance we have of being culturally relevant.
We can get another bald guy with a beard, Naki. Chris can retire.
Yeah, we already
leave.
got an extra bald guy with a beard. It's called Willie.
And I do product placement.
Hey, so do I.
Me too. Me too.
I have an Apple. I don't think that works though.
This podcast brought to you by Apples.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Go get one at your local grocery store.
That motherfucker's huge too. Big ass apple.
I thought you were talking about the doctor.
I don't want to know where this is going. I really don't at all. So, like I said earlier, welcome everyone to the show. We've got the full crowd here this week. We got one Willie D. Nelson.
That's me.
We've got the Naki herself.
I am the Naki now. I'm okay with that.
It's like The Rock, but not quite as cool.
I'm cooler than... No, I'm not.
No,
you're
not.
No.
Don't lie like that.
Nobody is.
And of course, the one, the only Anthony Bachman, a.k.a. Captain America.
Damn right.
He's not Captain America. He's got way too foul of a mouth.
Language.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true. I'm like Captain
Very
Sailor.
valid. Very valid.
Did y'all see Rock's 37-hour plan that he posted on Instagram?
No, I haven't been on Instagram yet.
Oh, it's fucking crazy. He actually posted what he's going to be doing for basically 3 days in a row of getting up at 5 a.m. at Steel Paradise, and then his schedule for the next 37 hours. It's insane, the workload that man puts on.
Well, how much sleep is involved in that 37 hours?
None.
Sleep is for the weak.
He flies somewhere, flies back, and when he comes back, he does another AM workout of cardio to revitalize himself before he heads to Ballers to shoot all night for a 14 to 16-hour day.
Jesus.
I mean, technically, those 14 to 16-hour days, though, too, they do have a lot of downtime because of setup, so he could nap, and he could nap in flight.
Maybe, but I'm not sure how much downtime The Rock has on that set, because isn't he also producing the show?
Yeah,
he is one of the executive producers of it, if I recall correctly. It's his production company that is also
So even when
doing
he's
said
not,
show.
even when he's not on camera, he's still got motherfuckers coming and asking him questions and making him make decisions. So I don't think he gets much sleep on that set.
Sleep when you're dead.
I'm not saying that is impossible. I'm just saying that there's probably a chance he could at least squeak in a couple naps in there, and power naps are wonderful.
Well, if I remember
Very
correctly,
true.
he is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
I still have. I actually. So I've been digging through because I'm getting ready to move, and I found a bunch of old action figures, and I have my The Rock action figure somewhere.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys can see my mess.
The people's champion, you're saying?
He was my champion. I loved him even when he was a bad guy.
He was the best bad guy in recent memory in professional wrestling.
Right.
And this is a chance where I'm going to say, if you want to see a professional wrestling podcast in the Gonna Geek Network, bring it to us, because we think it could be a lot of fun. And there are a bunch of people who've dabbled in it in the past who would be more than happy to help out, a.k.a. Cody Goff.
Well, if we stick to the Raw's
I thought you were going to mean you.
I'll be your guy.
I don't have enough time for more podcasts.
We stay back in the late 90s, the early 2000s. I'll be there for you.
Yeah,
do just a Raw is War podcast. I'm not sure how well that would go over.
Someone gets the WWE Network. We go week by week, starting from like 97.
Let's see. When
Talk
did
to
I
Cody.
I stopped watching after Steve Austin and The Rock left, really, because like I was all about like Edge and Team X and.
Whoa! The Edge? We talking Bono and U2 now?
I think she's talking Edge and Christian.
Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian. And what was the girl's name?
Lita.
Lita.
Yeah. She was with the Hardy Boys, though.
Lita.
Oh yeah.
And Edge.
I loved Lita. I wanted to be Lita.
Hardy Boys from North Carolina.
That's true. They're still wrestling too.
Are they really? I thought one of them broke their back or something.
Well, in TNA, not WWF/E anymore.
Yeah. They're not at the big show, but they are still going.
Yeah, to each their own.
I mean, that's got to be like tough as shit on your body. Like, regardless if it's real or fake, I mean, that's still tough as shit on your body. So
they're still jumping 25 feet off a damn ladder and landing on the table.
It's scripted, but what they're doing is real.
Yeah, fake and predetermined are not the same thing. Let me hit you with a steel chair, then you tell me how fucking fake wrestling is.
Yeah, I know, right?
Or have the Undertaker throw Mick Foley off a steel cage onto a table.
Oh man, I still love Mick Foley.
Oh fuck yeah, hardcore
Foley is
legend
good.
for life.
Foley is
good.
I will say there is a difference between getting hit with a steel chair and knowing you're about to get hit with a steel chair. Come on.
Also, yes.
It's true.
It's like, okay, he's gonna come and hit me with a steel chair. Brace yourself.
And since we brought up Mick Foley, I want to give a shout out to a documentary about Santa Clauses, where he
oh my god,
on
that was great. That was great.
I just listened to his first appearance on the Nerdist. It was funny because he said there actually is like a WWE. It's not really a Hall of Fame, but it's like a Hall of Fame for products. And he said they actually have a warehouse that just has, all the weird random shit throughout the years, including the steel chair that The Rock kind of went nuts on him with, that still got his blood on it.
Oh, jeez. That's what you use to clone yourself some little Mick Foleys in the future.
Indeed. Oh,
those hardcore genes will live forever.
A grip of little McFoley's and you miniaturize them, you make a minion size. How fucking awesome would that be?
I just want to give them all socks because I loved
Mr. Socko.
The Rock and Sock Connection.
One of my favorite bits of all time, and anyone who doesn't watch professional wrestling is probably going to get tired of us talking about it, but I don't care right now, is the Rock and Sock Connection where they had Rock, This Is Your Life.
This is your life.
Mick Foley brought out
that
all...
was amazing. The fact that I could still remember, I haven't watched wrestling in years, but the fact that I could still remember this stuff is just amazing.
Well, these were iconic things to us back in that time period. And you can still go see some of these on YouTube. They haven't taken them all down yet. They probably will because I imagine it's all on WWE Network for people to watch. But Rock, This Is Your Life was fantastic. God, what's some of the other ones I'm thinking of?
That's one of the best segments they ever did.
Yeah, I was also a big fan in the 2000s when they had The Rock and the Hurricane doing all their comedy bits with each other. The Rock's like, "You're not a superhero. Who the hell do you think you are?" And he'd start to say something. He's like, "It doesn't matter who you are," and all that stuff. It's The Rock, man. Come on, it's awesome.
Yeah, nobody cuts a promo like The Rock. The Rock was like the best promo cutter since fucking Ric Flair. Like The Rock on mic could just kill almost anybody.
Why do you think he's in Hollywood?
Yeah, I know.
He's just that good.
But so I was reading. I remember reading Mick Foley's first biography that came out. The
Have a Nice Day.
The Have a Nice Day one, and I still have it somewhere. And I remember him. One of the big things that I remember is him saying that Steve Austin has blonde hair.
He does.
Still trying to imagine it because I can't.
When he was stunning Steve, and then he was also the ringmaster.
Google stunning Steve Austin from the Hollywood Blondes, and you will see Steve Austin with flowing blonde locks. It's creepy looking as shit now,
Well,
No, I was watching him in WCW when he was part of the Hollywood Blondes. I remember seeing him, and I didn't realize who he was when he came back as Stone Cold. I was like, "Oh fuck, that's the same guy."
Here you go, Naki. I got something for you here. If anyone who's watching live, here is stunning Steve Austin before he was Stone Cold, and he's even got a big shit-eating grin on his face. This is not
mullet for days.
I'm not sure if that's a mullet or just long hair.
No, that is a mullet.
Yeah, that's a mullet.
That is a mullet.
You're talking to the mullet master here. I know a mullet when I see one.
I live in West Virginia, guys. I know mullets.
That is a business in the front, party in the back, all day right there.
Don't make me get my old license, which I had a mullet in.
Here you go. I got another one that you guys are going to love, too. This is when the hair was starting to fall out, it would look like.
Oh, there you go. You know who has hair now, which, for football fans, I'm sorry, if you're not a football fan, is Brian Urlacher has hair now. It's fucking weird. Like, it's weird because and this is when I used to watch football, like when I was a Bears fan and everything. Well, I'm still a Bears fan. I just don't watch football anymore.
The Bears have fans?
Yeah.
Like 3 of them.
It's loyalty. It's loyalty to a fault. It's like being a Cubs fan, okay? Also a Cubs fan. So,
Naki likes the underdogs.
I like the Blackhawks. they're a winning team. I've got that going for me.
That's who the girlfriend likes, is the Blackhawks.
Your girlfriend has good taste in hockey.
Yeah, I don't care about hockey.
Oh, hockey's the best. Hockey's awesome.
We don't care about in the South.
Anyways, because you have no ice down there. So I was watching the news because my grandma has it on like 24/7. It's the only thing that's on. And they're saying, oh yeah, Brian Urlacher's coming on. I'm like, oh, let's see because he's retired now. Let's see what's going on. And all of a sudden, this dude shows up sitting in the chair. They're talking to him about the Bears from them. I'm like, who is this guy? And they're like, and then at the bottom, like the thing shows up. It says Brian Urlacher. I'm like, what? This guy has hair. Brian Urlacher doesn't have hair. He's bald. Completely threw me off. I was trying to find a picture of it, but it's.
What did you do? Get hair plugs or something like that?
I don't know if he got hair plugs or if it was just like.
I'm thinking he just stopped shaving his head.
Yeah, because it's probably in the football helmet. Like
I thought he was legit bald. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
I think Urlacher was one of those guys that he just kept his head bicked. But yeah, because he had like Snickers commercials, all the other stuff. Every time I ever saw him, he was bald. So yeah, he would look weird with hair.
He looks weird with hair, and I'm just like, I didn't recognize him. So like, I make fun of people for not recognizing Superman and Clark Kent, but at the same time, I don't fucking recognize Brian Urlacher with hair. So maybe glasses change a person.
It's true.
But
see, I brought it back to the nerdy shit.
You do know what I do recognize though, and that's the news of the week.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
That's probably my worst segue in like the last 6 months, but I just went for it. Sorry, guys.
That will be the best thing Chris does all day.
We
that segue right there.
We still applaud it. It's all right.
I'm glad it worked out all right. So if you're new to the show, News of the Week, this is basically our chance to share with you all what we think is the coolest news of the week and what we want to share with you. And I don't want to go first, so Willie, why don't you go first? What's your news of the week?
All right. Fine, whatever.
That's called almost a blind toss. That's a half blind toss. I've been learning from Steven Jondrier.
I was going to say, he used to blind toss me all the time. Welcome to the club. You're officially a host now.
Phrasing? Are we still doing that?
Why don't we do phrasing anymore?
Language.
So, Willie, what do you got for us, sir?
All these running jokes need to slow down, not all at once.
Oh, that's from Archer.
I know.
So, my news of the week is if you're a gamer and you want to try the newest and best stuff every time it comes out, I hope you have money. Because the Oculus Rift is kind of had its price point debuted at $600.
Yeah, I saw that. I was
US.
like, goddamn.
And not only do you have to pay $600 to have the Oculus Rift, you also have to have a very, very high-end PC, which is not cheap either.
No.
Not at all.
I paid $1,000 for my PC, and it's still not top of the line.
I did about the same, but that's because my podcast is primarily geared towards video work and podcast work, not necessarily playing video games. It has a halfway decent graphics card, but not enough for Oculus Rift.
No, yeah, not even close for Oculus Rift for me. Like, and I have a really good computer. Like my computer's great, but I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, it's just not a thing. Must be nice to have $600 to just drop.
Well, I guess what they're also going to be doing, from what I'd read, is you'll be able to buy bundles of PCs with the Oculus Rift from their website. There's no price points on it, and I hadn't seen anything about what the specs would be on those. But if you're really rolling in it, you can just go direct from them and buy all of your Oculus Rift stuff in one big bundle.
There you go. That would be nice. I would have to say the Oculus Rift does look pretty cool. There is a Markiplier video, the best one I've seen, where I think the game's called Don't Let Go.
Yep.
And that one was pretty fun to watch.
Did you watch his challenge video of that?
Of the same game?
Yeah. He did a challenge video where he's holding the electroshock thing and holding down the Don't Let Go keys with the Oculus Rift on. Yeah.
I know what I'm doing after this. Writing a note.
He does a couple of really good challenges. Like, some of them are. Like, I like his Hot Pepper Gaming stuff. I don't know if y'all ever seen Hot Pepper Gaming, but like him and Aaron from Game Grumps have both been on it. Where they eat like a ghost pepper and then have to review a game. So good luck with that.
So going back to the Oculus Rift a sec, Boogity Boo's in the chat room and says Dell has said bundles are estimated to be around $1,400 to $1,500. Well, I mean, but if you think about it, you're getting about a $900 PC with an Oculus Rift, then, is what they're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, it's Oculus Rift compatible, but I still don't have $1,500 to be dropping on a PC.
Neither do I. I'm not saying that I do, but it's not as terrible. But for a peripheral that I'm not sure I believe in lasting long term.
Yeah.
I mean, Facebook's got money. They can keep throwing money at Oculus Rift because, correct me if I'm wrong, Facebook owns it.
I believe so.
Well,
yeah, and look at the giant stack of Oculus Rift games.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait.
What they're going to do is do Facebook and Oculus Rift so you can be sitting next to the people you're flaming online.
No, thank you.
But I do have to, of course, bring it back to PlayStation, as I do when we talk about games. Because some more news has come out since they've said that about the PlayStation VR, which you do not need a very high-end PC. You just need a $400 PS4 to run. They have stated that it is going to be probably priced as a console, which probably means either $300, $350, or $400 for the VR, which is kind of less than $600, and plus on top of that the high-end PC.
But I can get Google Cardboard for free.
I do have one. But can your phone really handle that kind of stuff?
I got a GS6. It handles most of it. No, I'm not really concerned about the virtual reality gaming and stuff like that, personally. I think it's going to be the next 3D craze. Everyone went all gaga for 3D for about a year and a half, and then it just kind of disappeared.
I'm not 100% I believe in just the fad craze thing. I think this might be a next step.
Here's two words why I think it's not going to pay off. And I'm going to take you back to the early 90s, maybe it's the mid 90s.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going with this.
Virtual Boy.
I have one.
Yeah.
It's at my mom's right now.
I almost got one when they closed it out because I was at a Toys R Us and I'm like, I can get the Virtual Boy and all its games for like $60. And I was like, but there'll never be any more games. I guess I don't really need. I kind of wish I had.
Was it 12 games?
Forever.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It did actually give you headaches after a while because
gives you vicious headaches.
It was badass, man.
I don't really remember that bad of headaches. I do remember Mario Tennis was awesome in it.
Oh, it killed me because I get migraines, and that damn Virtual Boy, it laid me out a couple of times. I played for half an hour, and I wouldn't be able to move for 2 to 3.
Boogity Boo in the chat room says mass consumer VR still isn't there yet. Wait 2 to 3 years for prices to come down and hardware to catch up for the wireless VR. Which I agree. If it's something that's going to catch on, you're going to have to wait. You know, it's not for us normal people who
but I think it's going to be it's going to be a niche thing is what I honestly think, because look, motion gaming, it was going to be the future. The Wii redefined everything. How many people do you see waving their arms around to play video games right now?
Grandmothers.
That's a Wii U, Naki. Okay, how often do you use any of the movement controls for your Wii U, or do you just carry around the mini Game Gear?
That's what she's saying, is that, the Wii was all based on the motion controls, and then they announced Wii U, which is not a motion controller.
And they're also about to get rid of the little tablet controller with the NX.
That's the rumor, yeah. So who knows? I mean, this is just the current craze. It'll stick around for a little bit, but I don't see it dramatically redefining gaming as we know it. And if I'm wrong, I will gladly eat crow on it.
Eat
but I'm not wrong.
In fact, you know what? Crow. I'm going to help you eat crow because I'm going to say it right now, guaranteed. Day one, I will have a PlayStation VR and I will be streaming that shit.
Well, how am I going to be able to consume that then, as a viewer?
Well, I mean, you obviously can't stream it in.
It's going to be a Twitch video of Willie with the thing on.
I was going to go like this.
Huh? Who doesn't want to see that?
Oh my god, it's so awesome!
Exactly.
Wow! And then we're going to see him.
You're going to see the image of the screen and all that. I mean,
but just like a little part, it's just going to be, and then the rest of it's just going to be Willie's face going, "Oh man, this is so cool."
Here's when you know virtual reality has truly taken off: is when porn is readily available for it, not just the niche stuff.
Did you know
there is porn?
No.
There is, because that's how you could get. Well, hold on. That's how you could get a free Google Cardboard at one point. Is these porn sites were giving it away? So I saw an item on Slick Deals like, "Do you need a Google Cardboard and can't get it? Go here and you get it for free. It's just porn branded."
And not from a personal experience, but it's like the early days of the internet. You have to pay for this porn. Yeah. I don't know how I know this.
I don't know either. But
no.
all I can imagine.
Teenagers at one time that was curious about porn.
I just want to see someone wearing the VR trying to motorboat virtual boobs because I think it'd be hilarious.
I mean, let's go back to last night and you might find out.
Fair enough. I don't even know how to go.
You do, Willie. You do you.
I got my cardboard right here.
Ooh. I don't even know where to go with that, so I'll just take my news story next.
Oh, now you want to go.
Yeah, I'm going to go. This is news that is going to break one John D, a.k.a. Wing's heart. I don't know if you guys had heard, but TNT was going to be picking up a series of Titans, supposedly. It was supposed to be all about Dick Grayson as he becomes Nightwing and the Teen Titans and the group they form, the superheroes that they perform. Yeah, they picked up the pilot. It'll never see the light of day. They've already canceled the show, despite the fact that back in May, like, we think it's going to be great. So no Titans coming to TNT. People are kind of begging the CW to pick up this show now. I saw there was a change.org petition to the CW that said, pick up Titans, we think it's going to be great. I don't think you're going to see it because I think the characters from Titans are going to show up in the movies, and DC doesn't want them on TV anymore.
I was excited about this show, too.
I was excited, but I was not optimistic it would ever see the light of day. And I believe I called it on the Gonna Geek podcast when this was announced that it would never see the light of day. So, John, if you're listening to this, I apologize for being right and ending your show with Nightwing before it ever began.
I was excited to see Nightwing in something for once that isn't just Joseph Gordon-Levitt being called Robin.
Well, there's a rumor he's in Batman v Superman. Now, do I believe it? Yeah, because everyone and their goddamn brothers in that movie, it sounds like.
No, it's Justice League Light.
Yeah.
I wish I was excited. And I know we've talked about this before. I just wish I was.
This was not me trying to take a shot at Batman v Superman, before anyone implies that otherwise. I'm just saying it sounds like everyone's in it from all the rumers that are coming out.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind it being taken as a shot, though.
I've been accused of worse.
I mean, the thing is that, like, we saw the trailer in 3D along with the Cap trailer in 3D. And, like, I'm still sitting there like, why am I not excited? Like, there's fucking Wonder Woman in 3D, like, right in front of me. Like, why am I not excited? I'm like, I probably just watched all of Wonder Woman's scene, that's why. But
I don't know on that one.
I just wish, I don't know what it is that makes me so, I don't know if because I was so turned off with Man of Steel or whatever, but I'm just not excited. It's dirty and gritty. When I think of Batman, Superman, I think of that comic series that was bright and fun, and I don't know.
That was actually a good comic. I don't know. It was not me taking a shot. I'm just kind of bummed the Titans series isn't happening, even though I expected it, because Nightwing's an interesting character. I would love to see a portrayal of it on TV, and I'm really curious to see who they would have gotten to play the role of Nightwing.
Yeah. I was looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be fun.
Except for the fact that it was going to be on TNT, and I would probably not have a way to see it without piracy.
We don't pirate. We're not pirates.
But the thing is, it'd be on cable, so they could get away with more stuff than conventional broadcast would. So I was curious to see how that would work out.
Oh, it would be awesome. I don't pirate anything, so I wouldn't really have a problem with that.
Yo ho, pirates.
Don't sing any more of that. That's not fair use.
That's not?
So to stop Naki from singing that song, we ask her
it.
what her news of the week is.
My news of the week is also kind of bummer news. It's there is no extended cut of the Star Wars Force Awakens. There will be like deleted scenes, but it will not be like how they did like Lord of the Rings, or where they did the big box set with, well, they'll probably still do a box set, but they're not going to do like added in footage. It's just going to be like, I think they said like 6 or 7 like deleted scenes. So generally, if they're deleted scenes, they're really not necessary, and they're not nearly as fun as we all hoped they would be. But I was wondering if it was going to be an extended version of the longer than, I don't know how many hours this is already, 2-hour movie that we
2 hours and 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not going to be stuck on that desert planet for longer. Oh, boo.
I wasn't meaning like Jakku stuff, but I was just thinking like maybe more dogfights, and I won't watch it in 3D and get myself sick again because. But
yeah, the second time around, watching it on 2D was much better for me, and I noticed a lot more.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
So, but that was my news of the week. I thought it was kind of like at one side of me was like, oh, good, we'll probably see more, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, it's kind of a bummer. At the same time, that means that they did actually do the story that they wanted to do, whereas like with Lord of the Rings, with the extended version, like you could actually see where they told them, hey, you need to cut this out, but this is part of the story. No, it's not part of the story anymore. Okay.
Well, and let's also keep in mind that none of the Star Wars movies have ever had an extended cut. They've had deleted scenes included on the DVDs and stuff like that, but they have never done that before, so I didn't imagine they would start now. And there are some cool deleted scenes that I've seen, like for Return of the Jedi. There's the whole sandstorm scene where they return to the Falcon and Luke's X-Wing that I think would have been awesome to have in that movie that they cut out. And in fact, that's the first stuff they filmed for Return of the Jedi.
I think the thing is though is that like it, and going through like film studies and stuff like that has really made me like aware of like, does it actually progress the story? And like, going back and watching deleted scenes now, it's like, oh, I guess it doesn't. But like stuff that so I keep going back to Lord of the Rings because I watched the extended cut recently, which I know Chris doesn't like.
So boring. But everybody walks.
But if you watch the original cut, the theater cut,
I'm gonna go sleep now.
There is a bunch of things that happen that don't necessarily make sense, but they happen. And then you watch the extended cut and you're like, oh, this makes so much more sense. And you also understand why Saruman is like a bad guy and like what makes him a bad guy, because otherwise he's just this like white wizard in a tower. And you're like, oh. And if you haven't read the books, which a lot of people haven't because they're tedious and whatever, you don't really know. So I'm sorry, this was, yeah. Shh, I'm going to shut up now. Lord of the Rings talk with Naki.
No, Lord of the Rings just puts me to sleep. It's like my
I don't
lullaby.
know. I mean, like, they're the ultimate extended cut. What, all three of those together, it's like 15 hours?
It is.
Are you serious?
Well, I mean, think of how much detail is in those books, though, too.
Yeah, I mean, he spends like 5 pages describing the bark on a tree at one point in time, and that's a slight over-exaggeration, but not too much of one.
That's actually not too much of one, but there's actually a whole lot more songs and like happiness that's in it that wasn't included in the movie. And I mean, they took out like Tom Bombadil, who is like one of my favorite characters in the book. But I mean, they got, the movie took more of the dark side turn, I guess, more than the light side. And that's the same thing that happens with a lot of stuff. So
dark side's more fun.
They Kylo Ren'd it.
I blame Christopher Nolan.
How can you blame Nolan? His movies came out after
It's Peter Jackson.
The Lord of the Rings.
Peter Jackson.
He Del Toro'd it?
Because his darkness was still influencing the cinema. Nolan's just dark.
Boogity Boo in the chat says Two Towers extended recently, and it was a little over 4 hours.
Yep. People don't have the attention span for movies that long is part of the reason why the extended editions weren't seen in theaters. Because
that's not a movie.
If you tell me I'm going to the movies and I have to be there for, when you factor in previews and stuff, almost 5 hours probably.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sitting there and I'm like, I don't have that kind of time to spend. You can do that for like DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff because someone like, okay, I got to run to the store. Let me pause this. I'll be back in a couple hours and I'll finish the movie. But selling a ticket to someone, you'll get the diehard fans. They'll be like, I have to go experience all of this. Like, let me reference the whole Marvel marathon they did before Avengers and stuff. The fanboys went and saw that, but it was not there for the mass public.
No. Then those chairs aren't comfortable unless you get like one of those really good theaters that have the really good comfy chairs. I mean, there's just no way.
If I was doing that, I would wheel in my desk chair I have now. I just bought a new desk chair. It has memory foam, and it is the greatest thing ever.
Do you have a butt groove?
I don't have a butt groove, but it is so comfortable right now. It used to be
got a groovy butt.
It used to be when we were doing podcasting, at about the 2-hour mark of my sitting in my chair, I'd get extremely uncomfortable because it was not well cushioned. This one is awesome. It has great lumbar support, so I would take that for my mega Marvel marathon. And then I could just be like, okay, bring on the movies.
I'm in a folding chair.
I'm on a couch.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I'm in a folding chair with a pillow on it.
Does the pillow cushion your buttocks?
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
You should go to your couch. It's awesome.
I'm in my bedroom.
Let me just lounge out right here.
Yeah, she used to podcast from her bed, so...
Yeah, I did used to podcast from my bed, and even that was uncomfortable because there's no back support.
Maybe
I feel you, Naki. I feel you.
Welcome to my hell, Anthony.
What I'm hearing is Naki needs to get a desk chair.
That's on the to-do list. Is I'm getting a desk chair. I'm getting 2 desk chairs. I'm getting an army of desk chairs. So I never have to experience
that. Escalated.
He's so wonderful. I won't tell you guys what I spent on this because I probably shouldn't have, but whatever. It was on sale.
My butt hurts.
On that stunning news that Naki's butt hurts, I'm just going to toss it over to Anthony. What do you got for us this week, sir?
I got a bunch of stuff. And speaking of eating crow, I get to eat crow because I referenced an article last week that I checked and was published on January 2nd. But the article that article was referencing was published on fucking April Fool's Day. So, Dredd Netflix series is fake.
It wasn't just me!
Naki's like, finally, someone else!
At least the article I was reading was published on January 2nd. And I'm not exactly a journalist, so I don't think I need journalistic integrity, but fuck that website for republishing fake news 9 months later. What the fuck?
So,
it wasn't me!
This does make me sad, though.
For those that aren't aware, though, we did have, I can't remember when it was probably about a year or 2 ago, Naki came on the show and she was all fired up about Batman casting for the new Batman movie. And she's like, why the hell is Ryan Reynolds Batman? I'm sitting here, I'm like, what is she talking about? I mean, I know we've made fun of Ryan Reynolds for other stuff. And so she's going on this like 5-minute rant. And I'm finally like, okay. And I mute my mic. I go to Google. I'm like, Ryan Reynolds plus Batman. And like every story is dated April Fool's Day. And I'm like, oh.
Please tell me you let her just continue on.
They did. For like 3 weeks.
So then she finally, when she started to wind down about it, I was like, hey, Naki, did you check the date that story came out from?
No, they didn't. No, you guys let me go for like 3 weeks. So you're like, no, you and Anna had co-inspired to be like, no, just let her go. Just let her think. Because it was like 3 weeks later, you guys were like, Naki.
I thought it was just the next week.
No, it was like 3 weeks where you guys finally were just like, Naki, look at the date. It's like, oh, you motherfuckers, and you knew!
But see, here's the thing. All the fans were on board with it, too, because no one said anything to you on Facebook or Twitter about it either.
I know! You all fucking suck!
You guys did the right thing. I do have to say.
You should go back and listen to some pretty funny shit.
I've got to find what episode it was. I honestly don't remember. It was somewhere around April 2 years ago is my guess. I'll see if I can find it again, but if I can find it, I'll get just some of that rant to replay during an episode.
I was so angry. And that was more angry that everybody let me believe it, too. I'm gullible.
But you gotta admit, it was damn funny in the end.
I was so mad.
It's making me laugh, so...
But Naki, now you're not the only one.
I know.
Yeah, and my being fake is just making people sad.
Yeah, but you guys all got in on the joke. You let him know right away.
That's because I didn't think about sourcing it, and I was talking about it to JS on the pre-show to the Gonna Geek cast on Monday, and I was like, oh, hell, this isn't real. Crap.
I was just hoping it was real because that would make my day.
I questioned it when Anthony said that Carl Urban showed up in gear.
Are you kidding? I think that article needs to come true now. His goddamn agent needs to be out there setting up a meeting with Netflix, and Urban needs to show up in gear to show them how serious he is and make this thing become real. Because then it wouldn't count as a fake article, and I'd be okay.
He's too busy being Dr. McCoy right now.
He's not that fucking busy.
Nah.
He hardly does mini scenes.
But I gotta ask, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, what was your actual news story for the week, Anthony?
On the bummer news, they did basically officially state that Pacific Rim 2 is in turnaround, so we probably won't get more giant monsters and punching giant robots, which sucks. But to bring things back up, in the good news, we did get a new trailer and the official release date, and I will be taking, March 18th of 2016 off from work, so I can fucking binge watch Daredevil Season 2.
And you should probably go see Batman v Superman that same weekend.
I don't know, a busy day. There's a lot of stuff going on that weekend.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I might be in Chicago that weekend.
Me too.
The new trailer looks good, and it's basically like a replay of a lot of the scenes from Season 1 done almost like Sistine Chapel-like on a church wall, and then as it pulls back, you realize it's a giant montage of the whole first season that makes a giant skull, because it's all about motherfucking Frank Castle and John Barenthal bringing the Punisher to Daredevil Season 2. But yeah, I'm super psyched. I'm gonna take another day off of work, so yeah, I will binge watch the shit of it that weekend. So by the time Sunday rolls around, I'll be able to tell you guys how good the end of it is.
We probably won't have a podcast that weekend because Naki, Willie, and I are probably in Chicago on Sunday.
Yep.
Well, that sucks. I'm binge watch it anyway.
You're welcome to do the elusive solo cast if you want, and I'll edit it when I get home.
No, there will not be a solo
I was
cast.
going to bring my equipment. What's wrong with you people? Slackers?
I'm flying back home on Sunday afternoon, so assuming I do that.
We have stuff to talk about still, so.
Yeah, we do. Well, that's neither here nor there. But I do have to say, it's pretty ballsy that Marvel's coming after Batman v Superman like that. I like it.
What do you mean ballsy? DC's already the one that flinched. It was supposed to come out the weekend of Captain America. They moved it. And so then Marvel says, you know what? Anybody that doesn't want to go to the theater, we got something for you to watch at home.
That is true. They did that. They did that for us. And I could just be like, thanks. Thanks for that, Marvel. I appreciate it.
I'll watch the crap out of it. I'm excited for Daredevil Season 2. Just the little bit I saw in a trailer, which was nothing at all really new, has me stoked.
Yeah, I was going back and re-looking at it again, and yeah, there's more new stuff in the NYCC trailer from like 6 months ago. Had more new shots, because that actually showed John Barenthal walking down the hospital hallway pulling out the gun. It showed the quick shot of the Elektra actress pulling a mask up over her face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just those two scenes right there is more than is in the new trailer. Yeah, the new trailer is nothing but recap from Season 1. But it looks fucking cool, and I'm hyped, because that show was great. And I want to see how the fight choreographers are going to try to do something to top the hallway fight. Because you know they got to try.
Oh yeah, that fight scene was amazing.
Yeah, I mean that one fight scene got more talk last year than almost anything that was put out. And so yeah, the idea that they're not going to try to top themselves is crazy. They're going to try. I want to see an epic rooftop fight. That's what I want.
But that's what you're probably going to have between Daredevil and Punisher going for like probably 10 minutes straight.
I think it'd be Daredevil and Elektra. Daredevil and Punisher is going to be a lot of Daredevil moving and running and Frank Castle opening fire. Like, it's not going to be a fight. It's going to be a gunfight.
Well, I think you might see something done with Punisher doing some kind of massive gun scene, gunning people down. Think similar to something in Shoot Me Up, but not as over the top.
Or he also has knives. He also has knives.
Knives too. Yeah, any one of those is possible. How's that go again? It looks like you're jerking off your microphone.
Not look like a
the
knife.
microphone's down here.
You do what you gotta do, Willie.
No,
sorry.
you don't do what you gotta do. Quit doing that, Willie.
That's my favorite bump. I use it way too often. But I think we are wrapping up the news of the week. As we wrap that up, though, I do want to point out we are part of a network, the Gonna Geek Network. And from time to time, we do like to promote some of the other podcasts on there. So I think we're going to help some of our buddies out. We're going to talk about a new/old podcast on the network. So, Naki, why don't you tell us about it?
Should yeah. Sorry. Cody Go. Is it Go? Goff? Yeah. That guy. Cody. He smells.
That guy.
And Jonathan, who also smells.
Everyone smells in Naki's book.
It's true. Everybody smells. Okay, so Cody and Jonathan debut their new lifestyle podcast after 4 years of hosting their video game podcast, Unqualified Gamers. Tune into the first episode of Game Life Balance US to learn about Cody and John and what to expect from the new podcast and their favorite video games of 2015.
So, guys, don't worry. Unqualified Gamers went away. It just turned into Game Life Balance US. So it's the same stuff you loved from before, just repackaged with some newer material around it. And I've listened to half of the first episode so far, and I've enjoyed it so far. It's been a great ride. So if you want to find out more, head on over to GonnaGeekNetwork.com, and you can find out all about the great podcasts on the network, including Game Life Balance US.
And us. We're pretty great.
Whoa there. Don't go so far now.
Hey, now, Willie.
Hey!
I don't know. We're no Nerd Alert
Willie
News.
sucks.
I've heard that show's awesome.
Willie sucks. The rest of us are great.
I'll agree
I
with
heard
that.
that Nerd Alert News is only one dude, and he talks a lot, so...
Yeah. He's
He's
a
only one
pretentious-
dude. Wouldn't he have to talk a lot?
Yeah. He's a pretentious D-bag.
My new podcast, I will be just silent the whole time.
Just
It's
staring.
an interpretive piece.
It's just Willie stroking his chest hair for 23 minutes.
Well, if you've got the mic close enough, you'll hear that.
Yeah.
It'll sound like a Brillo pad.
No, make it go away.
It'll sound like this.
With just that bump randomly tossed in.
I think Willie doing that is my version of Naki's animatronic robots. It just gives me the creepy crawlies.
Well,
you're welcome for me being in your thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now that we've wrapped up the news of the week, I think we're going to move on. I think that we might have a little comic talk going on. So we're going to end up tossing it over to one Mr. Anthony Bachman to run us through everything that's come through his list. So let's get ready.
All right, nerds. Get ready to lose your
Yeah, we got a stack. It ain't little, so I'll try to go fast. There's a
That's
bunch
what
of
she
them.
said.
That's right. Bachman's big stack. You love it. Sam Wilson, Captain America. It's not on the cover, but it is still Sam Wolfcap. It's fucking awesome. They do a montage sequence with him dealing with the issues of randomly eating out of garbage cans, flipping out over the neighbor's music, and all sorts of shit because he has wolf senses. It's hilarious. Extraordinary X-Men. I honestly have to say, first 3 issues, I was not a fan of Jeff Lemire's X-Men. It was kind of a cool setup, but they didn't really do much. Issues 4 and 5, I love his X-Men now. It really has a big chunk of turnaround. The first battle sequence ends, and you get kind of the setup of the new team. And Humberto Ramos' artwork is beautiful. And this is the team that has Old Man Logan now as the Wolverine on the team. Because in the new Marvel universe, the only living Wolverine is Old Man Logan. A weird team setup. But yeah, I like it. The artwork's beautiful. Let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and 4. Oh no, 2 and 3. Basically, you find out that the chick that's running around kicking the crap out of the Guardians shows up on Spartax to take out all the boys. And she is the last living Kree. And that's why she's pissed, because basically the Guardians were around for the destruction of the Kree homeworld. So, yeah, one chick shows up, kicks the crap out of all the Guardians, and the guy that used to be a Guardian, who is now the leader of the Spartax Empire, because, damn it, I can't think of his name. Christopher Pratt's character.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord quit and is now the king of Spartax and took over his rightful spot as the heir, and Kitty Pryde is now the actual Star-Lord for the team. But yeah, it's a good book, cool artwork. crazy ass fight sequence, and yeah, it's really fun with having Ben Grimm and Space Venom on the team. It gives you some different aspects to the different characters yelling at each other, and of course, Rocket, Groot, Drax, Gamora. It's awesome. Drax's series by Cullen Bunn and CM Punk. Real cool artwork. You got a good idea now of kind of where the series is going with issue 2. And it's Drax and Terrax hanging out in a bar drinking. Good shit. Amazing Spider-Man is still the best Marvel book coming out every month. Dan Slott can do no wrong. That's really all you need to know. The new Peter Parker Industries story keeps kicking ass. Parker Industries is now a worldwide conglomerate, and they're fighting off the Scorpio Syndicate. Just, yeah, gorgeous artwork, fun story. And yeah, Peter Parker actually running things, kicking ass and taking charge. It's really well written, and they make a point of that in one scene where he's basically ordering around Nick Fury, and Johnny Storm is there and sees it all happen and goes, oh shit, Peter Parker in charge. Kind of impressive. Let's see, and we got some Action Lab books.
It really is. I've read that book, and I had a ton of fun seeing Parker just kind of school Fury and be like, yeah, we're going to do this my way. I've got all the money here.
The way Dan Slott writes it, it's so well done. Tomboy from Action Lab, Danger Zone. Weird kind of murder mystery thing with some, I guess I'd say manga influence. There's some weird shit going on with this teenage chick. It's a great story, but it's one that's kind of hard to talk about without ruining it. Beautiful artwork, very, very adult. But yeah, it's great, and it's another book from Action Lab with a female lead. It's a great book. Archon Battle of the Dragon. You finally see a dragon actually bust out in Vegas and go a little nuts, and we get an idea now of why the human character was hired to be head of security at the Fantasy Casino. Really fun comic. Cyrus Perkins and the Haunted Taxicab 2 and 3. We now see basically the main character, Cyrus Perkins, going on the hunt to find information about the kid who died in his cab and trying to find out why. So, really fun murder mystery. It's not in the Action Lab adult book. It's actually just Action Lab all ages. It doesn't have a rating on the cover, but yeah, there's nothing super adult about it. Be good for a teenager or anybody older. But yeah, it's a fun book. It's just a weird thing. This kid's ghost is stuck in the cab that he died in. Puppet Master. We got issue 9 and 10. It's just fucking weird, and it's great. Sean Gabarin is you can tell he's a huge fan of the Puppet Master comics, and it's just fun and weird, and the artwork is great because all of them look exactly like the puppets from the movies. It's just good stuff. Though I do have to say it's hilarious that once again, with issue 10, Action Lab keeps forgetting to put prices on their comics. There's no price on the front, back, or inside covers, and not only that, but this time, if I can get it up on camera, you'll see it says issue 10 limited edition variant. This is not the limited edition cover. This is not the variant cover. This is the regular cover, but it's stamped limited edition variant number 10. So yeah, so someone needs to get on the ball with their getting all their stuff set up and sending it to print because they're missing some shit.
I wonder if they'll do a reprint of that issue that doesn't have that marked on it, so then the original one actually does become a limited edition variant.
Because technically it is. Because it's a misprint.
Yeah.
Invader Zim, number 5 from Oni Press. Still really funny. Yep, number 5's out. This one's weird because basically it's an entire issue that doesn't have Zim in it.
That's odd.
You get the psychotic brother that's trying to attack Zim. Dib, yeah. And Dib fucks up, and so his sister basically punishes him for the whole issue. And it's hilarious the way she punishes him because she does it as a gamer because he fucks up a game she's in.
Oh, is it the Big Bad Rubber Pig? Oh no, not Big Bad. Vampire Piggy Hunter?
No, she finds an entire alternate reality where games are in charge and forces him to go there and puts him in prison.
There is
It's fantastic. Anybody MMO RPG should read this book because it's hilarious.
If all of you don't know this already, I'm a ridiculous Invader Zim fan. I've seen every episode a million times. The only problem is that I haven't been picking up any comics, so I haven't picked up any of those. It's on my to-do list. But I love Jonan.
You'll like it, Naki. It's well done. And yeah, and the guy they got doing the artwork, he mimics Joaquin Vasquez's art without like copying it. So it's that Jonan. So it's that same style without it being a clone, and it's done really well.
Oh, that's cool.
Action Lab continues the reprinting of the Venture series by Jamal Igle about basically a Superman in hiding that gets found out by an LA reporter. This is the issue all about his arch nemesis, which is a guy who the first time he's fought him is calling himself his arch nemesis, and he's never met him before. It's basically a psychotic supervillain who's a crazy old man who built himself a suit because he wanted to attack a superhero. Great issue, really funny read when you realize just how nuts this old dude is. Let's see. And we got our Image books. Tim Seeley, Mike Norton's Revival, the rural noir about all the town where a bunch of people came back to life one day. This story is just as weird as it can get, and it's fucking awesome, and Mike Norton's artwork kicks ass. Everybody should be reading that book.
I got bored with that one. I have the first. Oh no, I might have given them away, but I had the first like 20 I think, and then I got bored.
It really does. It plays out like it's written out like a Stephen King novel. Like it's one of those ones where if you look at just any one issue of the comic, it really doesn't tell you much of the storyline. It's got really slow pacing, but there's so many characters and there's so much that they're doing that it's one that I think a lot of people might like better if they were reading it in trade or a really large collected edition, so you got a good chunk of the story, because it is one of the ones that's a little hard to get back into each month and go, okay, so what's going on, who's where, what's happening to who? Because I mean, you have a federal building filled with a bunch of revivers. You've got the military, you've got outside influence from the U.S. government, from other governments. There's all sorts of shit going on in that book, and it does get a little difficult to keep track of sometimes because it's not super fast paced, but it is really fun, and Mike Norton's artwork is gorgeous.
I did remember liking it, but I got bored. Either I got bored or it was just because it is kind of a slower paced one that, I just wound up giving it up.
I can see that. Now, if you want a book just for the artwork, East of West,
That's a good one.
Yep.
Neil Dragotta and Hickman. It's a great alternate world. All of the character designs are almost flawless. It's a amazingly well done fantasy world, and this one has a lot focused on. I can't think. It's the oldest son of the king of one of the nations, and it just keeps kicking ass. This is one that I think everybody should be. If you're not getting the single issues, this will be one to pick up in the oversized library editions when they come out, where they reprint the artwork larger, like they do with Invincible. Because this is a book you're going to want to own in hardcover. It's fucking amazing. And it's one of the ones where if Hickman didn't write it, if there was no words, I mean, like if he still wrote the story, but there was no word balloons at all, and it was just Dragotta's artwork, I could happily just sit and stare at it for hours, pages after pages, because this guy's design work and the way he does characters and fight scenes are amazing. And the versions of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse that are running around this world are as cool as they are cruel. Because 3 of them are small children, and they're fucking vicious.
Huh.
And then the sad news for comics, Brian K. Vaughan and Steve Skroce, We Stand on Guard, America's War on Canada has come to an end. This was a crazy-ass book. It was really fun, but apparently it wasn't getting the numbers it needed to Image, so they canceled it. But it's I believe this is the final issue. But it was just a really cool story. Is basically we go to war with Canada for water because we got done having wars for oil, so now we want their water. And just all the back and forth, the shit with the U.S. attacking Canada, just a really fun read. And then of course Steve Skroce's art is great. It was a good one. I'm sad to see it go, but hell, it helps because I have too many comics.
No, you have too many comics? Who would have thunk it?
Every 2 weeks I have too many comics.
No, not Anthony.
Don't be dicks.
That wasn't being a dick, that was sarcasm.
But luckily I did have with my gift certificate and my paycheck on the 31st, I was able to go in and empty my box the day before they did the inventory count for the year. So Corbett should be really happy with me. And also with my gift certificate, I picked up Invincible 6 and 8 that I had in my box. So almost done buying all of the original run of Invincible because I'd missed like the first 15 when it first came out.
Very nice.
Getting
Hey,
closer.
Naki, how's Yoshi's Woolly World going?
We can hear you clicking the buttons on your Wiimote.
No.
Yes, we can.
No. No,
Chris,
you can't.
for once, this is not for you.
Shame on you, Naki. So, thank you for the.
See it? She's not looking, Willie.
Thanks for the rundown on all the stuff you're reading. I don't know how you keep on top of all that, and I've realized the only book that you and I read in common right now is Amazing Spider-Man. It sounds like.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, I read mostly Amazing Spider-Man and Star Wars.
The only Star Wars I'm getting is Kanan.
Oh yeah, I'm getting Vader Down, Vader, the Star Wars ongoing, way too much stuff. I'm also like a month and a half behind too, so there is that.
I see. I saw all of them, and when they said that Kanan was going to be kind of prequel to Rebels, that was when I wanted it. I didn't want any of the new stuff yet. Because, yeah, they released like 8 books. There's just too many of them.
If you get a chance, read the Shattered Empire miniseries that takes place right after the Battle of Endor. It actually introduces Poe Dameron's parents.
I was going to say, yeah, because I saw an article where they were talking about they have Poe Dameron's parents running around now.
Yes, it was actually pretty sweet. But looking at the time, we will start wrapping things up here in just a sec, but we did have a question we got on the Twitter side from the Rad Ass Bitches podcast. They asked us, episode poll for fellow casters, what's been your most unpopular geek opinion that's gotten you dirty looks or hate mail?
I answered this one already.
Well, what was it for you, Naki?
Anytime I point out racism or sexism in something, automatically.
Okay.
Naki's our Mary Sue.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. After my if you have me on Facebook, I ranted last night because I found an article saying how Rey is a terrible character because she does all this thing she does and she has like and she's really good and she's like because she's basically, you know, she knows everything, she knows how to be a pilot, she's, you know, she knows everything, whatever. So then they called her a Mary Sue. So then, after I read this article, I'm watching the mid-season finale of Arrow, where Oliver Queen literally learns how to swim and apparently fight off a shark in 20 minutes with the worst CGI shark I've ever fucking seen.
I mocked that heavily, in all honesty. If you go listen to the Starling Tribune on that, we made fun of that so much.
That shark is awful.
And I'm like sitting here like, really? Rey is the OP, Rey is the Mary Sue? Because I've just fucking watched this.
Well, we talked about that whole Rey being a Mary Sue thing 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was the episode you missed. We kind of said it was all BS, but I stand by my statement that in the context of her training as a Jedi, at this point she is OP for her level of training at times. I stand by that. I think she is a Kenobi.
And I say her and Kylo Ren can do what they can do simply because the Force has been loose and there's not somebody dampening it down, and there's not so many people drawing from it.
Okay.
Which is why they're able to go crazy.
That's a valid theory, too.
So it's like the Speed Force?
Yeah, exactly.
I like
and there's
that
less people pulling on it because there's not a 1,000 Jedis running around. So once she could access it, it went boom, supercharger.
It could be. So take us back to the question itself. For me, one of my most unpopular geek opinions has been my sheer I don't give a crap about Lord of the Rings. I catch a lot of crap on that one. I got called a Nintendo hater for a long time because I gave 0 craps about the Wii U and still give 0 craps about the Wii U.
You were the majority of people.
Yeah, and I've also gotten a crap ton of crap from folks about my dislike of the DC movies, specifically how much I disliked Man of Steel. I caught a lot of crap for that one, too. But whatever, they can go to hell. I don't really care.
Jasmine in the chat room called me Rey. I'm like, aw, that's so sweet. That's incorrect, but that's sweet.
So who are you then? Are you Captain Phasma? You're on screen for 30 seconds and go away?
I'm more like BB-8. More like a puppy.
BB-8's awesome.
Naki does a lot more work than Captain Phasma.
Well, that we know of so far.
Point.
They probably prepped her for like 2 and 3. That's what I'm hoping, because otherwise I'm really disappointed with the lack of Phasma.
It's BB-8. He's right here. I've got him on my desk.
Yeah, it needs to be, because
He's cool. We'll put her in there.
I got a glowing unicorn.
That's really bright.
Yeah, it is.
So how about you, Anthony? What's the thing that what's your opinion that's most unpopular that you've gotten dirty looks or hate mail on?
I think I actually tweeted back to Red Ass Bitches so they could do it on the podcast. My big ones are I actually own Green Lantern and Man of Steel and make apologies for both of them for the good parts. And then probably I was thinking the biggest one is that I loved Heroes and I fucking own the Cape. I'm just a fan of comic book shit. People hate that I love those
The Cape is fucking atrocious. And yes, you know I really think that because this is the first time I've dropped an F-bomb on this show in weeks when I say that. And let me repeat for you guys right now. The Cape is fucking terrible.
It is.
Yet you watched all of it.
I watched all but the final episode before I finally went, I have to free myself from this, and I did not watch anymore.
I watched 10 minutes and said, no mas.
I don't know what was wrong with me. I just kept trying, hoping it would change. It's the same thing that happened to me with Heroes at the end. I was like, Heroes has got to turn around. There's so much potential.
The last season wasn't that bad.
The last season was garbage.
Oh, you're garbage.
I enjoyed the first season, and then I didn't. Then I didn't enjoy
I liked
it
all
anymore.
of it. I like the Cape. I like Heroes. I own Birds of Prey on DVD. I like comic book stuff.
Well, if the People's Choice winners from this month, then the only reason why I know what they are is because I follow Matt Balassi on Facebook. Basically, America likes rape and white guys and rape, from what I picked up. So, and Donald Trump.
Which is funny because we have 14-year-old girls voting for that.
I know it's kind of scary, ridiculous.
So Willie, what's your opinion that's gotten you the most dirty looks or hate?
Now, you guys seem to think you're in the minority with hating on Man of Steel. No, there's a lot more haters on Man of Steel than likers.
I know, but I catch crap from people on this show about my dislike of it.
Well,
that's because it's wrapped inside of his hatred of all things DC.
No, it's not all things. You watch the chat room and some of the feedback I get off of that, or you go on other podcasts where I've talked about my dislike of it. I catch a lot of flack for my not liking it.
Man of Steel is a perfectly fine movie. Nothing wrong with it.
It's not a Superman movie.
But it's not a Superman movie.
Well, when was the last Superman movie? Because I swear to God, if you say Superman
2006 as actually the last legit Superman movie that was in the theaters.
Oh,
I don't like it that much, but it was Superman you saw in that movie, not dude that punches stuff and blows up cities.
He didn't blow up a city. He was trying to save it. Everyone else was trying to blow it up.
That's why Superman Begins, because he's not talented.
Well, except he's a deadbeat dad with super sperm, apparently.
Exactly. It all comes back to Mallrats.
It really does, doesn't it?
The only person that Superman could screw and maybe not kill would probably be like Wonder Woman.
And that's what happens in the Frank Miller books. Remember Dark Knight Returns and Strikes Again.
That's how you get Supergirl.
To bang regular women, he'd have to wear a kryptonite condom. But that would kill him.
That would kill him. And the child, what happens if the child just punches right straight through her womb?
I mean, like, they did hook up Superman and Wonder Woman, and I hated that ever so much. I think they're still together, aren't they?
That would require me to read DC Comics.
I know.
The only thing I read is Batman.
When they...
I even stopped reading Batman. I don't have a single DC book on my pull list.
Nope. I stopped about 2 years ago. Because there was... Well, when I was doing... And I get a lot of flack for this one, too, not just my racism and sexism talk. But I get a lot of... my biggest problem with Superman and Wonder Woman was that was a sexism thing, is because they made Wonder Woman fucking weak. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I got the book right here where she beat the shit out of Superman. Okay? Wonder Woman isn't fucking weak. It's right here. It's called Justice League, A League of One. She beats the shit out of Superman, and then she throws him into space. Okay?
It's called Writers Do What They Want.
Oh, fuck that shit.
It is kind of true. That's why they have to retcon everything anymore.
I mean, I'm there with you, but I mean, writers do what the hell they want and just say, hey, is it all right, DC? Thanks, we're going ahead with it.
It doesn't matter. They'll just have another crisis every year and keep rebooting it.
Which apparently the bit of feedback I've heard is that the Convergence storyline that just got done apparently didn't happen. Like they've already retconned it at the end of the story.
Isn't that just giant? That's a giant.
Put the retcon in the story this time. Like, wow.
So I'm used to comics giving me the finger like a year after an event happens, but not right after I spend all the money to buy a book and like, fuck you. This didn't happen.
In the same book.
Yeah, the backlash I've heard from people at the shop is that basically the end of the story is DC going, haha.
I'm so glad most of what I read is Star Wars comics right now.
I read, and if I do read books, it's Independence. I read, Saga and Rat Queens.
It's all about Image.
Saga.
You can literally just if the only thing on your pull list is Image, you're gonna be happy.
Basically.
My thing is I just forget about Saga and Walking Dead and stuff because I just buy them as trades anymore. So I'm like, oh yeah, I need to buy that now.
Yeah, see, I don't buy them as trades. We can put pull lists on our trades at my shop. So every couple of months, I get Saga in a trade in my pull box. It's like, ooh, I get to read 5-6 issues of Saga. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I just dropped my mic. Sorry.
Mic drop.
Literal mic drop.
Literal mic drop.
Literal mic drop.
So those are the things that we've caught flack for our nerdy opinions. I'm sure I'll think of other ones that I've forgotten because I tend to put it just out of my head.
Oh yeah, and Star Wars is just meh.
You're allowed to be wrong.
Exactly. You're allowed to have your opinion. Your wrong opinion.
That's one I forgot about. I caught a crap ton of flack for the fact that I utterly loathe Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh no, I did too.
Utterly loathe it. I got the whole it's just a movie thing.
Yes, I liked Admiral RoboCop.
Let's wrap up the show. We're gonna have to do this one fairly quick because we're already a little over. We'll wrap up with a bit we call "What I'm Into." It's our chance to share with you guys, the audience, what the nerdy, geeky, cool things are we're getting into, and maybe convert you to our causes.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm easy.
Naki goes first.
Easy.
Phrasing.
I did it to myself. Anyways.
Phrasing again.
Exactly.
Well, that's why she gets to go first.
If you
Phrasing.
If you can't do it to yourself, then what's the point?
There is no love like the love of thy own hand.
See, I can't knock masturbation because it's sex with someone you love.
Damn right.
That's your Willie.
Or sometimes downright loathe.
My wall. Oops! Oh my God! All my turtles are falling.
I hate myself, so it doesn't make sense.
Oh no! My turtles! My turtles are falling off the wall. No.
So while Naki reconstructs her wall, I'm going to toss to Anthony and ask, what have you been getting into, sir?
Mine's been pretty easy. I've been reading all those comics, and then I actually got a couple packages showed up from Amazon. Ordered myself a couple of late birthday presents. I ordered them on December 31st, but the bastards at Amazon took 6 days to package them. They still shipped them within 3, but yeah, it took them 6 days to get them in the mail. And I picked up Steal Like an Artist. A book that Justin Stewart, Justin3000 on Twitter recommended, so I'm reading through that. I got myself a new brush pen. I'm waiting for 2 more pop figures to show up in the mail, but this one was on sale, so for $4.99, I got the Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark yellow jacket from Ant-Man.
Nice.
So continuing my collection of movie villains. And that's about it. Other than that, yeah, playing a whole lot of Borderlands. I hit level 22 last night.
Yay!
So Naki, did you get your wall reconstructed now?
Yes. What are you playing? What are you playing as?
Axton.
Okay.
I like Axton.
Willie, what are you playing as?
I think my main, which is like a level 50, is Axton, and then I also have a lower level Gauge. Was that the Necromancer?
Yeah, the Necromancer.
I was gonna say y'all are wrong. The Siren's where it's at. Sorry.
Oh, your opinion is just that.
I like my turret. Say hello, lady.
See, it's wonderful because
Thank you.
The wonderful thing about the Siren is that you could catch stuff out of the midair and just make it explode, and just, and it's done.
Cool too.
Especially those stupid fucking flying things. I hate them. Anyway.
You're just not skilled, Naki.
You want to bet?
Oh,
you just told me you couldn't do it.
Blame me, bitch.
Get a PS4 then.
Oh, so Naki, what all you been getting into then, besides constructing walls or reconstructing them? I guess.
Constructing
walls.
My turtle wall. Because I'm not used to being this close to the wall. Because I used to have a giant robot penis here. Now I have a miniature robot penis because I have upgraded.
We can't hear you when you spin it away from you.
Yeah. I'm not used to this.
You can't
Fair
sing
use.
that. Fair use, fair use.
That song sucks. There, we reviewed it.
Like
No.
a record player.
No, no.
Dope does a really good version of that song. Anyways, outside of that, as you all guessed, I've been playing Yoshi's Woolly World.
I don't think we guessed. I think we fucking knew.
You know, so it's like you're
I'm-
channeling your inner John Sebastian, because when we do the Gonna Geek podcast, he's like playing Fallout 4 and stuff, and you can see it in the reflection behind him.
I'm going back. So, boyfriend and I are playing this together, and so I can't go past the worlds we've already done. So I'm recompleting the worlds and total completing them. So now I've got all the sunflowers and all the yarns and all the stamps, all of that stuff. So I'm fully completing these worlds now. On top of that, I've been playing on the DS. I've been playing more Animal Crossing New Leaf. I haven't played it in so long, so when I sign back in, they're like, "You haven't been here in over a year. The town has gone to shit." And I'm like, "Oops." Now I feel bad. So I've been cleaning up my town of Hobo 13 again, Invader Zim reference. I have yesterday, because of a snow day that wasn't actually that bad, but I really didn't want to drive in it. I watched The Last Unicorn, which feels
Nice.
Willie, are you fucking judging me? Are you judging me right now, Willie? I know you're not judging me for The Last Unicorn.
That movie has a giant flaming bull. That movie's awesome.
I was gonna say I will punch you in the throat.
That's
She's
one of my
gonna see
favorite
in a few
cartoons
months.
When I was a kid.
She's gonna get a step stool to do so.
She carries one with her.
Not to throat punch. I mean, I could just uppercut. I'll be fine. It's fine. I'm good at
She's gonna go Tim Tom on your ass.
Just remember to brace yourself. What did I do this week? I did something else this week that I was like, oh, I gotta talk about this. I don't remember. We're going to go see Star Wars again today, so that'll be time number 4 for me.
Professional.
And then I'm prepping because this week coming I have some medical things going on. So if I'm not on the show next week, it's because of that. And I recommend that you all punch Willie in the nads for me.
It's because she hates us now.
No.
She does.
I hate my insides. That's what I hate.
And yet you want to punch my insides.
No, she wants to punch your outside.
It's outside.
Your outside throat.
Is that what we call them, the nads now?
She didn't say anything about the nads.
She did.
Oh yeah, she did say punch him in the crotch, I guess.
Punch him in the crotch and run!
You better
punch!
There's that 5-second delay in pain.
I don't know. I mean, some of them, it depends on how hard you hit, especially if you get it right in between. I mean, you could really knock someone out.
That
Do
is
you
true.
got this down to a science?
She's a nad puncher.
Yep. Professional ad puncher.
Wait,
So-
are we forgetting Mark Hamill once again in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? His character?
Cock knocker.
Which I just watched. Oh, I watched. Obviously, as I talked about it earlier, I watched Arrow and Flash. I'm caught up now. I did it.
Flash was really good.
I did
Flash
something.
was good.
And just
I
as a
did
heads up,
something.
I kind of want to take me screaming cock knocker and put that in the intro instead of my current quote. I'm debating it right now.
I'm
You
okay
have
with that.
power.
We
That's a good one.
have to change mine now because my robot penis is no longer bigger than your robot penis.
Well, when you find me a good quote to put in there, I
It's
will
not how
change
sent
it.
you
big,
like
it's
4.
how you use it.
I think I sent you like 4 of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess I should probably go and look at that. Yay, producing. So let me go next. What I've been getting into, I've been podcasting. I've been playing some video games on my PC, just some old stuff. Like for some reason, I go back to playing Rockstar's game Bully, which is kind of like Grand Theft Auto in high school, where you just destroy stuff in schools, which is fun. And I picked up a book I'm actually going to read. Not a digital one even, a regular paper printed book, which is David McCulloch's 1776, which is all about the American Revolution, because I'm intrigued by that. So that's probably what I will start reading tonight instead of watching football, because football's over, and I won 2 fantasy leagues this year. I'm 2 for 2, so you all can eat it.
Yeah, I sucked this year.
Yeah. Bachman's team sucked ass. So, Willie, what have you been getting into?
Well, I've been playing some Far Cry 4. I know I'm 2 years late to the party, but Jesus, that game is fun. after 1 week of playing, I'm already just over halfway through 100% completion.
Damn.
I've just been going part to part, burning all those damn propaganda posters, finding those weird masks, finding little journals, and liberating cities. It's been a fun time. And if anyone's free, I guess, Bachman, if you want to try some Borderlands today, I am probably fully available.
Yep.
And
me and the roommate will be on later.
Sorry,
on
what?
PS4.
Yeah, PS4. PS4 Naki.
Hey,
Steam.
but if you PS4 guys want to play Rocket League, it's cross-play with Steam.
Oh yeah.
I got it.
I do too.
It was free for me.
I just steal boyfriend stuff.
And also, I got an arcade block that came in. Got some cool little items. Got a little Space Invaders-like notepad. Little arcade, notepad, whatever. If you have a PS3 or PS4 and you have not played The Last of Us, you need to rectify this situation. They got some of these little Titan vinyl figures of Last of Us, Joel and Ellie.
Huh.
It's mad at me ass, but I do love the game, but figures or whatever to it. Oh yeah, this shirt, a Just Cause 3 shirt.
Nice.
I still need to play it, but I did play the second one and had a lot of fun with it. And a cool little another Space Invader coin bank that's in the shape of an arcade cabinet.
Nice.
You open up the bottom, you already got some change in there.
Very cool.
And then the best part about it was a deck of cards. All Nintendo pretty much related cards.
Sweet.
Even the case looks like a little Game Boy with the cartridge inside it.
That's awesome.
And here's some of the cards in case you're wondering. Looks like Hearts is all Metroid.
Sweet.
I
So
just
you
got
guys-
finished memorizing all the words to Regretroid from Star Bomb.
Looks like Diamonds are Legend of Zelda. Don't know how
The
well. it's
rupees.
coming. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Each of the symbols is something different. Like the Metroids or the Hearts is a Metroid. I'll bring that
Sweet.
back up.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Spades, it looks like, is Animal Crossing. Their little symbols of the leaf.
Yeah, that's about right, because that's Tom Nook there.
Oh, I know who Tom Nook is. That bastard always asking me up for some money.
I just paid him off. True facts.
And then looks like clubs is Mario. Got the Jack here. Here's a little mushroom for the little symbol.
Nice.
Got the Queen, which is a princess, whatever. Who is the Queen and King of that damn Mushroom Kingdom anyway?
Her mom and dad?
Where are they? Have they ever been seen?
They're off being bad parents. That's why
Yeah.
their daughter keeps getting kidnapped.
Fair enough.
To get inside your Tanuki. Sorry, it's stuck in my head.
King is Bowser. And then, and then of course the Ace is of course
Nice.
the Knuckle.
That mushroom looks scared.
Well, wouldn't you be? You're just shoved there on the playing card.
He's about to get eaten.
And then the best card, this is the back of all of them, but the best is the Joker. You ready?
Let's see it.
Nah.
He's fucking laughing at
That
you.
is awesome. For those that are listening to the audio podcast, it is the dog from Duck Hunt that laughs at you when you shoot and miss.
Fuck that dog. I hate that dog.
Little dick.
Yeah, I do
Too bad you couldn't shoot him.
I tried to.
Oh, you
we
can't.
all
Man. It
tried.
just doesn't work.
Yeah, I know.
But
Some pretty sweet loot.
oh, before we do that, I do want to say like I said, every month you get a shirt. It's apparently from a company called Shirt Punch, and I keep forgetting about this every time. They have a promo code if you ever want to go to Shirt Punch and save 10%. The code is Best Shirts.
Nice.
Cool.
So there you go.
So Drasman's in the chat room in reference to where Princess Peach's parents are. He goes, "We've never met the royals. No king would let their daughter shack up with a plumber."
There you go.
It's quite possible. And real quick, some breaking news. We're just going to touch on it real quick. Kevin Smith is going to direct an episode of The Flash this season. Just saw on Facebook.
Yes!
Woohoo!
I think is Willie.
Wow,
Willie, you okay?
He definitely came around on the one geek show he wasn't watching.
Yeah, I heard on his last...
now he loves it.
Yeah, Jan's trying to let Bob get old. He talked about how he watched the season 1 finale and how he was in tears and videotaped himself doing it. And you can find it on the Twitters. And then on YouTube, he uploaded the video. So it was pretty cool. But we are running super over on time because we are terrible at time management skills. So our lack of time management skills is your gain because you get more of our smiling faces and wonderful voices. So Naki's even smiling for you guys right now. I did want to remind everyone real quick, though. Don't forget, we stream live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern over at GonnaGeek.com/live, a.k.a. Geeks.live, Channel 3 of the Off Geek Radio app, and live.atgnpodcast.com. A quick reminder to everyone, the next live show over at Geeks.live is Monday. It is the official GonnaGeek.com podcast, and it begins at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So please feel free to swing on that way and get some more free entertainment from us. Before we get out of here, you guys got any final thoughts?
Must that be a raccoon to get inside your tanuki?
I don't know what that means.
It's stuck in my head now.
Me neither, but it's funny. I got one.
Go watch Starbomb on YouTube.
No.
I'm thinking about doing the DLM challenge. I'm not sure if I should or not, though. 366 movies in 366 days.
Oh!
Nope.
You have to watch 366 movies you haven't seen before during the year. And it's a leap year, so... I'm trying to decide if I want to do it. I was checking. I've watched 3 new movies so far this year, so I'm already like 5-6 behind.
You're already like 7 behind. It's the 10th.
It's the 10th already? Yeah, so 7 behind. But still, I could get caught up. I haven't decided whether or not I should do it.
I mean, you've got Netflix, but you're going to end up watching some really shit movies.
Yeah, you are.
Don't forget, theaters, movies count too.
Yeah.
Anything that's not a TV movie that's new to me counts. So there's plenty of... I could go buy some DVDs, too.
What if you watch 2 episodes of, like, The Flash? Does that count?
Nope.
Because it's basically...
No TV counts.
So screw that. You've got to watch all your regular TV plus 366 movies?
Yep.
Well, fuck
Anthony,
that. Pardon my language.
Go get laid.
Jesus.
Well, since that's not happening...
And pornos don't count either in this movie counting.
No. DLM, he says it's a minimum of, 72 minutes for it to be a real movie. And I watch pornos about 3-4 minutes at a time, so.
I can let you borrow that Pirates movie.
I was gonna say that's a 3.5-hour long one, isn't it?
I think it's about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. We had a porn and chicken night for that in college. It was hilarious.
But Anthony, you're definitely not gonna get laid if you're watching a movie every night.
Unless he finds a movie chick.
Naki, the man has his priorities straight. Get off his ass.
Really? I'm sorry. Have you seen his feed? I'm guessing he don't.
Well,
that man got boobs on the mind. Go get him sex.
On that note,
yep,
his boobs are on everyone's mind.
We feel bad for you, Anthony, but maybe one day you'll get back to the promised land. But not if you're watching a movie a day. on that final thought, that great note, we're getting out of here, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you guys want
Thanks
to
for
hear
listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, Channel 3 of the Off Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at GonnaGeek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@GonnaGeek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGNpodcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at Incompetech.com. I don't like being on camera when the credits roll.
I thought you were muting yours because you were dying laughing there.
No, because if I mute myself on here, it still comes across on the backup track I record, so
Gotcha.
Sadness. Unless I turn down the gain on the auxiliary track, and yeah. So we're still here, chat room, for a couple minutes. If anyone had any final thoughts, anything they want us to mention, we've probably got like 2 or 3 minutes, then we're getting out of here.
Go get Anthony some boobs.
Boobage.
I mean, they cost a lot.
I say this out of love, Anthony. I say this out of love.
I'm already not getting the boobs, so I might as well watch some movies and have a goal.
But then, how do you get the boobs?
How do you introduce yourself to boobs if you're watching movies all day?
Well, I guess you could just Tinder while you're watching movies.
Oh, that's a...
Not around here.
Yeah, I've never experienced the Tinder. It didn't exist when I was dating.
Yeah,
I tried. It's awful around here.
When Keith and I met, it was right when like Tinder was starting, so we're good. Never had to go that route, but
yeah, because it's software designed for hookups, and everybody in this valley, literally the first sentence on their profile is, "I'm not here for a hookup." It's like, this isn't Match.com, motherfucker.
No, I mean, everybody says that, but let's be real. You're there for a hookup.
No one likes to be honest.
Nobody's honest on the internet. I don't even go by my first name.
That's true.
Wait, your first name's not Naki?
Her first name is because she's the Naki.